Oh. Uh-huh.
Okay, so when we first moved in the house, we were unloading stuff. We had a Bell's van that we had loaded up with a bunch of the stuff from our old house, and we made a trip. And we were putting stuff in the attic, and, you know, unloading, walking back and forth. As I'm walking to the van to get something, I hear boom, like this crashing, but it was just a weird sound. I turn around and I see Jason's legs hanging through our garage ceiling. He had fallen through the slats in the ceiling, like, because there weren't any. It was only like one piece of plywood in the attic, and he fell like right in between. So his two legs are dangling down, like okay. It was hilarious. I turn around and I see his legs literally just dangling through. It's like, what are you doing? He pulls himself out of the ceiling, and you know, I don't know how he ended up doing that. I have no idea how he did this. And I was like, oh my God. And I see him just dangling, and his two legs are, so go and help him.
You know, that's our garage.
Yeah. Oh, he was so mad because we hadn't even moved in. We hadn't even lived in the house for a night. And now there's huge hole in our ceiling in the garage. So luckily, his brother-in-law did sheetrock and was able to repair it. So that's incident number 1. Yeah.
Oh.
A few months down the road, maybe it was probably about a year later, Jason decides to take it upon himself to run some cabling from the office to the bedroom, so that way we can have, you know, access to the server in the bedroom. Well, he realized that, you know, he's running cable going back and forth. About a couple weeks later, I see this spot on the ceiling, and it looks like water damage, like it's a circle. I was like, oh my God, is something, you know, and I'm not going in the attic, because last time Jason, you know, went in the attic by himself, he fell through.
You're just too marvelous for words like glorious, glamorous, and that old standby amorous.
Right, so I'm not going to walk where there might not be any plywood. I'm not going to do it. So I get Jacob to come over, you know, because I'm home alone. So Jacob comes over and he looks at it. He's like, Kim, that's not water damage. He was like, that's like the ceiling coming through. I said, what are you talking about? I was like, how could that have happened? Like, we don't go in the ceiling. We don't go up in the attic to where that is. Then I remember that Jason was running cable through the attic, and sure enough, he stepped where there wasn't any plywood, and it was a foot. It was his footprint, and it just slowly came loose, and the sheetrock fell through, and we had a big hole in our ceiling. Number 2, okay? So his brother-in-law comes and patches it up again, and no, we just recently painted it, so Jason's not allowed in the attic anymore. He's just not. Not unsupervised.
What about number 3?
No, there is no number 3. I'm waiting for it to happen.
Third time's a charm.
It is. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be a massive one. So I'm trying to just not let him go in the attic altogether. And now cute cats. Busted the house up. So, I guess you had to have been there. She looks cold.
She is focused on something.
I see that.
feels weird in my foot. Shut up.